Hey guys, I'm Nathan from Arms and Armor. Today, I want to talk to you about the interaction of spears and shields and armor based on some work we've been doing with the Gladiatoria fight book. Stay tuned. So the Gladiatoria fight book is a German fighting manual from around 1440, 1450, and it's essentially a guide to how to fight armored duels, right? One of the first sections in it is with spear and shield. And the guys are wearing full plate armor, but they have mail in their armpits and groins and at the neck, right? It's not quite the completely developed Maximilian armor where you have no openings, right? There are places where it's just mail, and those are the places that you target with the spear, right? So this is our Norseman Spear. It is very similar to the kinds of lances and spears that were used for about 1,000-year period, right? So it's a pretty good stand-in. It's got a hardened 4140 steel head, nice, thick, rigid on 6-foot ash haft. And in the manuscript, right, they're approaching each other holding their écranche. So an écranche is a small shield. They're made of wood and they're not really round like this. This is a buckler, but it's about the same size. And they're standing essentially like this with the écranche out, the spear high, threatening each other from a distance. And at various points, it suggests that you throw your spear at your opponent. And we were just curious, if you're wearing armor, how much of a threat is it? And if you catch their spear on your shield like he says to, what happens? So we're gonna do some experiments. Let's see. So the testing apparatus, right? I've got this thick, high density foam, and then under that, 24 layers of quilted linen, and over that, some nice riveted chainmail. I think that this is a fairly decent representation of, let's say, the shoulder, where you've got your gambeson under there with mail over it. And first, I just want to throw the spear at this and see how much penetration we get. Right? Which will give us some idea of how much it would hurt to be hit in the mail with a spear that was thrown. So in Gladiatoria, they seem to suggest there are two different ways to cast or throw the spear, right? One of them, I think, means not exactly letting go of it, but I'm going to cast it at this, which means I stay holding on to the end of it, so I'm pretty close, and I cast it, fell down, that I can hold on to it still, right? It kind of got stuck on there. We'll take a look. If you cast it like that, you can recover it like this. So I cast it, I come back and couch it. I can move through. That's not exactly in there, but I think it works. Or you can throw it, which now we'll attempt. All right, now I'm gonna actually throw it. Hopefully I can hit this thing 8 feet away. I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can. Let's see. All right. Oh, nice. That went through the mail, through the 24 layers of gambeson, that deep in. All right, you do not want that to happen to you. All right, so that was really interesting. You definitely don't want someone to throw a spear like this at you, at your voider, from 8 feet away as hard as they can. It will stick right into your joint, right? So danger. So in the fight book, it says to use your écranche, right? So I'm standing here. If he casts it at me, it says catch his spear upon your shield and throw it away immediately. And I think he says throw it away because they're wood and the spear is gonna stick into the shield, right? And if his spear sticks into my shield and I throw my shield away, I've taken his spear away from him essentially, right? There's this heavy-ish thing on the end, and it's pretty safe. So now I'm going to use this board that I'm going to set up against the bag there as a kind of shield facsimile. It's bigger because I'm not that good an aimer, but it's just a piece of wood. And we'll see how this sticks in there and how hard it is to pull it out. All right, I'm going to throw this into that board. Also, if you buy these spears from us, don't throw them into trees all the time. You're going to eventually ruin it, right? For meat, not wood, but they would have thrown these at shields at times, so I'm going to do that now. All right. All right, so the results. Made a hole through the mail. There's actually one ring. Oops, I'm showing it to the wrong side. One ring that just exploded. It tore out the rivet, made that hole, went 4 inches into the high density foam. And then when I threw it at the wood, you saw how it stuck in. I actually couldn't get it out of there, moving it back and forth, and had to have someone help me get the spear out of the piece of wood. So if you cast it and right, they catch that spear on their wooden acranche, you probably have disabled their spear. Right? They're not going to be able to stop, put their foot on it, crank on it, and pull it out of a piece of wood while you're fighting them. Right? So you still have your spear in your hand. Their spear is useless. Now you can try and kill them. Fascinating stuff. Check out all of our spears and other polearms and swords on our website. Happy holidays, and we'll have more good stuff in 2025. Take care.